Well, let's talk about sexual suicide, because certainly, one of the things that interests people a lot is sex. And as you were telling me just a little while ago, in many ways, anything that inhibits sex in any of its norms is considered evil these days.
No.
And so sexual suicide, maybe you can tell us a little bit about that book, which made you notorious in some quarters. What was the thesis of sexual suicide?
Well, it was republished as Men and Marriage, and the thesis was carried forward into Men and Marriage, which was published under that title when I was refused the right to republish Sexual Suicide.
Okay.
But in a story that I won't go into, but it's amusing. But anyway, I think that is a really prophetic book, and I think there is a dire danger in the West of sexual suicide. If the differences between the sexes are not recognized, families decline, and procreation declines, and you get these societies that can't reproduce themselves, like Europe. Like European countries now have a fertility rate of something like half what they need to survive genetically, and it doesn't matter how dominant the West may be technically and industrially and economically if we don't have children.
I remember you writing in Sexual Suicide that men, in a sense, naturally are, pretty much naked nomads. There's a predatory instinct that women tame, basically.
Yeah.
And that was certainly a thesis that did not make you popular with the National Organization for Women and other groups.
Well, I was named Pig of the Year.
So you're pro-woman.
Yeah, sir.
But anti-feminist, essentially.
Yeah, well, anti the marriage and family are critical to a civilized society, and marriage and family are based on the differences between the sexes, and the idea that these differences are somehow a conspiracy against women when they actually give to women an absolutely central role in the culture and society is just wrong.
I just wanted to ask you about how this understanding of the importance of creativity and ideas as opposed to material leads you into the critique of Darwinian materialism that you've been doing.
Well, this it's evident to me that we're supposed to believe that materialism in biology and is a demonstrated proposition that can't be refuted, that somehow the essence of Darwinian thought is that in the beginning is matter, and that's what everything else that happens derives from a process of random selection, of natural selection among random mutations in material systems, but it was evident to me already that this was just a repetition of what economists said about economics.